wanted to show you guys a closer look at the Los Scarabeo Tarot, Santa Muerte, because I wanted to do a comparison. Writing is so messed up, man. Anyway, my mommy has my favorite one. It's called Da Vinci Tarot, and I would have bought that one over this one. But they didn't sell Da Vinci Tarot at the Brass Unicorn. I went to Brass Unicorn in Fresno. They have a pretty good selection. I mean, they don't have a pretty good selection, but I mean, it's not bad compared to like every other place you go. They won't even have tarot cards. So I was surprised they had like 20 different tarots at least, in a wide variety. But I mean, none that I particularly would have bought except for this one. Like, it was a miracle. I just want to show you the major arcana and, you know, some of the important cards. Does this look like Lunette the Clown, like the big comfy couch? Because I still love that show too. So, oh, some of these are backwards. No, they're not. I cannot shuffle, but just so you can see how not. I still need to break these in, kind of. They're very stiff. And as you, yeah, I can't shuffle. I wasn't lying. But yeah. They're not like waterproof or anything, which that would be awesome if I could find a waterproof deck that, like, in stores. I would pay probably any price for it, but yeah, this is the closest I guess you get for as far as like finding one locally, quality wise and like art wise and all that. Of course, Empress on top of the deck. I do not stop pulling this card like anyway, Empress, the Emperor's counterpart. They don't look cute together. This lighting is terrible. I need to get rid of that glare. I know this isn't major arcana, but I like the Queen of Cups. Or is this the Four? I'm sorry, this is the Four of Pentacles. Why am I saying Queen of Cups? The Four of Pentacles. She's like all money hungry. That's cute. This is the Two of Cups. It's so cute. I want to draw this one. It is so cute. I wish this lighting was better. Oh my god. Okay. What do we have? Cups. This is kind of pretty. It's just like a gypsy woman. Okay, we're gonna fix this lighting. It's driving me nuts. This one is gorgeous. I like the monochrome effect meets whatever, like, what do they call this? Cyber, fuck. I'm struggling, you guys. I don't know how to read Roman numerals, so it's this way. So yeah.
I can't believe we're watching the Empress on Netflix, guys. I never watched Netflix anymore. I can't believe this is like, oh my god, what if I like it? What if I like it and I actually watch 2 hours? That indigo blue lately. And I normally like that color repulses me. But since I've been sick, it's like, that's all I think. Bothers me. It bothers me. And this card he used at the seashore wears a blue tunic adorned with floral prints and holds a golden cup. She also wears a beret and looks quite bohemian and a long flowing scarf. She is surprised by a fish that pops out of the cup, as if to greet her from a fairy tale. She can neither drink nor toast with the cup, as the fish stares at her and seemingly tries to engage with her. Wow. I'm just gonna say less, because that just spoke for itself. Volumes. That speaks volumes. Okay. So now we're in the meaning. One of the most important things within the Page of Cups is that you should be open to new ideas. Understood. Especially ones that stem from intuitive inspiration. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry. This card seems to This card seems to state that such inspiration should be embraced. Embrace it. Embrace. If I hold my throat, it hurts less. That's weird. Okay. embrace it. Despite it being something that you may not expect, it could lead you to adventure and open many doors. Okay, if this is a calling of a creative nature, for example, want to get into music or art, there's an especially strong push from this card to go for it. I hear you, universe! Message accepted. Okay, when you're being faced with it goes on to say, when you are being faced with difficult situations, you have stopped chasing your dreams. The Page of Cups seems to say that you should tackle the issue from a totally different perspective. It symbolizes persistence, as this is the only way that you can make your dreams come true. Listen to your intuition, follow your calling, and believe everything is possible. I mean, I thought I was doing that, but I guess not. It symbolizes persistence, as this is the only way that you can make your dreams come true. Okay. For those that are afraid to reveal their emotions, the Page of Cups could mean that this is the time to release and show those emotions. Fuck it, these cards are harassing me now. Like, why do we have to always show emotions? They honestly, like, emotions often ruin everything. It's actually 100% of the time. For those that are afraid to reveal their emotions, the Page of Cups could mean that it is time to release and show those emotions. The creative you and the emotional you should both be expressed, no matter how insignificant they may seem. In most cases, some people cannot express themselves as they want to protect their ego. The Page of Cups indicates that it is alright to have a new beginning, to welcome the real you. The keywords are idealism, sensitivity, dreamer, naivete, innocent inner child, head in the clouds. Oh, it's reversed. Scratch that. The keywords are emotional vulnerability, immaturity, neglecting inner child, escapism, and insecurity. I wonder how that could be.
Before I keep going, I just wanted to point out I keep getting 32. Just seems to be a repetitive number lately with me. Two of Cups, the keywords are balancing, resources, adaptation, resourcefulness, flexibility, and stretching resources.
It's gonna be okay, guys. As long as nobody says something stupid like, cover yourself up, you shameful. If someone ever told me to cover myself up in person, I'd probably go show their dad my tits. So, you guys know what happened in this story. So I was reading Genesis because I was trying to look into, like, what kind of diet we're supposed to have on Earth. And then, basically, Eve ate the apple, and Adam ate the apple because Eve told him to eat. I don't know. Who cares? The point is, what happened was, when God came, what God said was, cover yourselves up. The first thing he told them, they didn't listen. Okay? And so, he's like, don't eat the fucking apples. You know, he didn't say that, but he's like, don't eat the apple. And they're like, they still ate it. So they don't listen, basically, is what we know from that. And after he came back, after he tested them, and basically has to tell them what to do now, I don't think he's being as reasonable as he was before when he gave them everything. Now he's like, you're disobedient. Now he's like, it doesn't even matter what I say, probably. You guys can do whatever you want. And so at that point, was when he said, cover yourself. So the reason he's saying cover yourselves up is not only is he upset, but he's trying, most likely, to test them again to see if they're actually going to listen and have the following generations listen. And so that's probably why it hasn't really been a big deal in history. However, men have taken that description of, how we're supposed to be and decided to uphold that and, shame women and tell you don't do this or do that. But yet they don't follow all the other laws that God also told them. Did he not say love your neighbor as yourself? Don't murder. He said a lot of things. But people will conveniently remember the parts that they like, the parts that are convenient for them. And so I'm not very, really ashamed of anything that I've done. Because I've always had good intentions. But anyway, let's move on. I want to read this card to you guys. The Two of Pentacles depicts a man who is dancing and he is juggling two large coins. I wonder who this could be. The Pentacles are surrounded by the infinity sign that denotes the person can handle all the issues that come his way. And he can manage his life with grace. How nice is that? In the background, you will notice that there are two ships that are riding the giant waves, and they reinforce the balancing act that the man has to face. He is in rough and choppy waters, but manages to stay afloat. The Two of Pentacles depicts the usual ups and downs that occur in one's life. Despite all the chaos that surrounds him, the man lives a very carefree life as he dances and handles all that comes his way with joy. Now we're in the meaning. The Two of Pentacles is a card about balance. The coins are displayed in a manner that is precarious. What does that even mean? Precarious. Any small change in wind or weight can tip and send them falling. For those that may have more coins to go around, they can afford to be less careful. But at this moment, things may be tight. Wealth, too, is a kind of energy. That is the kind whose goings in and goings out are easiest and most tangible to see. I don't know why, but this is reminding me of a friend of mine that would we just would have what do you call it? Falling out after falling out after falling out after falling out after falling out again. And you would think hey, maybe this person will just distance themselves. We can both, take a loss, whatever. And the more I try to be passive, the more I try to forgive, the more I try to just be you know what? You'll repay me when you repay me, whatever. I'm going to pretend this, wow, is it everything possible? You would think eventually this person would humble themselves. Because they can't afford it. They're not really who they think they are. And so, I remember him say things to me oh, stop threatening me that, I'm gonna get beat up. But there's a difference between a threat and a warning, right? And so, funny to me, a couple weeks after, that was the most ironic thing, was it was only a couple weeks after saying that to me, and basically we just, I couldn't really talk to him after that, because how do you take someone like that seriously that doesn't even live in the same reality as you, right? He's no one's gonna beat me up. You're going around screwing over every single person you know, and after you already owe them money and you're sleeping with all their girlfriends, and you think you're not gonna get beat up. So he ended up going to jail, and then he calls me from jail and he's I got beat up. He had a broken rib. They hit him in the face, everything. You can't send pictures from jail. I would have asked him for pictures because that's a story to tell. Who is it that said prevention is better than cure? Tis better to check ourselves than to wreck ourselves, my friends. Anyway, when he got out of jail, I saw him, but this was way later, so I guess his bruises would have been gone, but I figured there would have been some damage.